I was actually dared to join our school team.
Same exact story.
My friends were like, oh, you can't do it.
By my mother.
My mom made me do rowing. I didn't really want to do it.
And my parents were just like, no, you can never do that, it's too intense.
I'm like, oh, I don't want to row, it's stupid.
There's actually some quarrel.
She said you made a commitment and you have to do it.
I think me and Peter and I, were sitting in our math class and they announced on the loudspeakers, the river rowing team is recruiting, come by guidance if you'd like to join.
And that's it.
I don't know, when did you learn to row?
I started last spring.
I started last spring. No, I started last winter. So I guess I learned to row first.
Peter says it was his idea to go.
All right.
I say it was a collaborative effort.
Crew was the only thing that really stuck out to me.
My mom rowed, and so when I heard about it, I really wanted to do it.
I wanted to join, and I've been doing it ever since.
And now I do it all year round.
Then I tried it and I really liked it, and now I've been rowing for 4 years.
My son was a sophomore in high school, and he came home one day and said, this guy came to the school and he wants to start this rowing club, and what you do is you sit on these, you sit in these boats and you look at the guys back in front of you and you row your guts out, and both I and my husband said, that doesn't sound like much fun.
Looking at options for our son.
I wasn't really kind of like good at any sports. I wouldn't make like the football team or the basketball team.
None of them really seemed to be his kind of thing.
He suggested that I go to a meeting, go down to NIAC to see what it was all about.
And he started out, I think now 4 years ago, with river rowing, and he's kept with it.
The parents coming to the practices, we started noticing how much camaraderie was building between the kids.
And I started looking at the people rowing, and I kind of felt like the outlier.
Bronwyn said one day, hey Jane, jump in a boat, let's try it.
And then kind of came to the realization that this is kind of dumb, I should just really try this myself.
So I did, and oh my God, it was just amazing.
It was a special time for me. I get to row with my 16-year-old son Parker at the head of the Charles. We were having our challenges in the boat. We had only rowed together, I think, 3 times before the race itself. But we were able to do that. He rows, he enjoys rowing on the high school competitive team. I enjoy rowing in the adult competitive program, and we were able to put that together for a parent-child race.
It's one of those things I kind of look back and wish instead of doing some of the things I did in high school, I wish we had a rowing team. Certainly a much better sense of self, the entire team concept. Certainly the discipline, I think, is another great thing. And from a physical conditioning standpoint, it's just an excellent sport.
You go out on the river, you watch the sun come up with these wonderful, strong women.
You're like a family.
And you chat a little, you work real hard, and it's the most wonderful way to start the day.
I've made like the best friends from it because you're a unit in your boat.
You build more than just friendships out with your teammates. You're trusting that they're pulling just as hard as you are, and that at the same time you're finding a balance and a rhythm, and you're always trying to connect. And I think that puts you on a different level.
And that happens on and off the water. I'm best friends with the girls on my team.
I didn't really know anybody going on this crew team, and now I've got like a great bunch of friends that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life.
You got to meet kids from many, many high schools in the area. Girls and boys, I think that was a big draw.
There's Kira and there's Peter and Jake downstairs. Like, we all went to the same school, but I had never known Kira before the team.
Especially when you're training with a team and everyone's pushing just as hard as you are, or harder. I can push myself harder than what my body's telling me to do.
I really wanted to see what I could do physically and mentally, and this is a perfect sport to combine the two.
Rowing competitively for me is more of a mental thing. I think that's the most challenging part, is always pushing yourself to do better, and there's never a limit.
The people that are really good at this sport are the ones that roll out of bed and they say, hey, I'm gonna empty the tank today. I'm just gonna do this. It definitely takes some emotion, some drive. That's the best performance I can possibly give, and that is in itself, inherently rewarding.
Just being in the environment of nationals, it's completely different to any other race we've ever been to. It, propelled us to that next level, or the extra gear, as Josh called it.
It happened in the middle of the race when we were both at our tiredest. We'd been rowing as hard as we could.
I saw one of our competitors in the background, they caught a crab and just, they
big
lost like
motivator.
10 strokes, and that was like, it was just a whole new boost of energy. Like, at the very least, we're gonna beat those guys. And
Even though it seemed like we couldn't go anymore, we pushed even harder.
You always are forced to produce something faster and produce something stronger.
That's what the higher gear was.
That's what builds character.
My plan was to leave every single thing I had at Tennessee.
dreading the tag. I mean, that's what the last 500's for, after all. You know, giving everything you have, so you have nothing left at the end of the race.
I was just going out for a run and I saw 8 kids putting an 8 into the Hudson River by the Olson Center. And I was kind of in shock. I had never seen anybody rowing on the Hudson. Curiosity got the best of me, and I walked down there and I introduced myself. And I made the mistake of telling him that I was a collegiate rower, or an ex-collegiate rower, who is more than willing to help coach. And so the rest is history. We're not about creating a fleet of singles where everyone goes out and does their own thing. But it's a very different feeling than rowing in a team boat where you have to sync yourself up with other people. That's the part of it that I find to be the most challenging and also the most enjoyable. And I think an organization is necessary because you have to coordinate all these people. There's a safety element to it as well. You know, we have kids out there rowing, and we don't want to send them out without supervision. And the river is beautiful, but it can be dangerous. And so to do it right and to do it safely, you do need an organization. You know, we've already seen kids leave our program, graduate, go on to row in college. I've had kids tell me how much it changed their lives. I mean, that's what this is about. It's really, you know, trying to make a difference in people's lives through the sport of rowing. It's inspiring.
If we could do one thing to improve our overall workout, our program, it would be to have a boathouse. Because in the end, we spend a lot of time messing with the boats, getting on the water, messing with the docks, and worst case scenario, not getting on the water at all.
A boathouse is the team's sort of safe haven.
You need a boathouse to row.
We'd still have to have the volunteers, the coaches, the passion of the people involved.
How many clubs are there without a boathouse? One, river rowing.
I mean, what we have now is fine. We have racks, we have the community dock, we have this YMCA.
But boy, would it make it easier to get this done.
It would really boost the opinion of the team and the town in general and the morale of the rowers to have
this symbol of this work ethic and being trustworthy, and that's where you go every morning at 5:30.
We'd get like an upstairs, like a little lounge for the cool kids.
With a vending machine,
sodas. Vending machine,
yeah.
It would be a focal point, it'd be a gateway to the Hudson River where people would know where to go if they wanted to try to get out on the Hudson.
You know, they say like you have to be like taller and everything, but that's not true. Like anyone can row.
Sure. I wasn't like the pudgy kid anymore. I wasn't like the fat kid in gym class anymore. I was really, my confidence was just really, and self-esteem just went through the roof.
Peter and I, when we first joined, we were not exactly motivated or ambitious.
motivated.
Everybody says, oh, you're looking so good. Oh, look at John, he's so athletic, he's so focused now. What have you been doing? And I said, oh, it's simple, I've just been doing crew.
You know, if these 2 hooligans from Tappan Zee can come and go to nationals, I think anybody can.
Just makes me feel like really proud, you know?
In one word to describe rowing, awesome.
Crazy.
Determined.
Sweet. Fun.
Fun.
Ambition. Desire.
Outstanding.
Dedication.
Character.
Endorphins.
It's intense.